Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to ignore the 3D reality. Before I jump in, I want you to know that I have 3 free ebooks and many self-study courses, all linked in my description below. So the 3 free ebooks are an ebook to manifest a specific person, an ebook to manifest new love, and an ebook to manifest money. You can feel free to download all of them if you want. And the courses below are all step-by-step processes taking you into the wish fulfilled. That is my goal when I offer a course. I am giving you practices for you to do, for you to follow over and over again so that you can embody the wish fulfilled of whatever you want to manifest. So there are courses down there to manifest money, a specific person, new love, self-love, whatever it is. If you want to learn from me to embody the wish fulfilled, definitely check those courses out below. Let's talk about ignoring the 3D reality. This is an interesting topic because I think it is often misunderstood what it means to ignore the 3D reality. Because a lot of people think it's something they have to do, like it's a step in the manifesting process. I don't experience it as something you have to do. So I'm going to explain what that means. And I'm also going to talk about what do you do if your 3D reality is bothering you? How do you ignore it? We're going to talk about that as well. So first, let's talk about this piece. Why do I say ignoring the 3D reality is not a step that you need to figure out how to do when it comes to manifesting? It's not something you have to do. Because here's how manifesting works. The more that you do inner techniques and exercises that really help you feel more and more like you are becoming the person who would naturally have your desire, you're thinking like that person who would have your desire, you're starting to feel like that person who would have your desire, yourself is changing, the more you change into the person who thinks and feels and starts to believe you're going to have your desire, there is like a direct correlation to the 3D reality not bothering you anymore. It's really interesting how that happens. In fact, I think it's not always 100% of the time, but often you can tell how embodied or how sure you are of your end result being yours, how sure you are of your manifestation, how certain you are by how much the 3D reality bothers you. The less the 3D reality bothers you, the more you are deeply embodied in your certainty, in your knowingness that your desire will be yours. There's like a direct correlation. If the 3D really bothers you, it's likely you're not certain your desire will be yours. And so all this to say, you will naturally start to ignore the 3D reality, and it's not really ignore. I'm going to talk about that next in a second, but you will naturally start to pay less attention to the 3D reality the more deeply you land in your inner certainty that your desire will be yours. So how do you get to that inner certainty? You do the practices, you do the inner work. What is inner work? It is the techniques, it is affirmations, and it's inner conversations, and it's scripting, and it's acting as if, and it's all the different techniques that help focus your mind on being the person who has your desire. You are using your imagination to really feel like that new person. You're just doing it internally. But the more you practice it internally, the more you are actually going to start to feel like you are this person or you are becoming this person. For example, if you're manifesting a relationship, you are going to use your mind, your inner world, to start to think like you are already in that relationship. You're going to have conversations with your partner in your mind. You're going to hear them say wonderful things to you. You're going to say beautiful things back. You're going to tell yourself when you're out running errands how much you love being in this relationship, how much you love being chosen and adored. You are going to walk around in the world as if you are already in this beautiful relationship. As you do that, you are changing. And what happens is the fact that you're not in that relationship already, which is the 3D reality, it stops bothering you as much. The reason it stops bothering you is because you have created a rich inner world that says, this is who I am and this is who I'm becoming and this is what I'm focusing on. So the more the focus is on you and your self-concept and who you are becoming, the less focus there is on the 3D reality. And so I wanted to get to this piece around ignoring the 3D reality, and then I want to talk about what to do if it's bothering you. Ignoring the 3D reality, it's really interesting because it's interesting that the word ignore is the word that is used. I have never once ignored the 3D reality, and I've manifested gigantic things into my life. What do I mean by that? I have never been completely blind to the fact that I didn't have my desire and it still came in. So let me give you some examples so you can understand what I'm saying. When I was manifesting my husband, I completely knew in the 3D reality I was not married yet, 100% of the time. Now, I would do imaginal acts that in that moment I would feel married or I would feel like I was with my husband, but deep down I knew I wasn't in that relationship yet. I knew that I was training my inner world to feel like this new person. There was no need to ignore the 3D reality. I knew it hadn't arrived yet. That did not stop it from coming. Other examples with money, like there are times where I knew I wasn't a millionaire yet, and that didn't matter because I still just had to do the inner techniques to think like a millionaire, feel like a millionaire, and knew I was doing manifesting techniques. So all this I'm trying to say is you don't have to be blind to the 3D reality, not at all. There have even been times where I've been looking to see if my manifestation was going to come. Again, with my husband, when I was manifesting him, I would totally go to parties and be like, I wonder if my man is here, the man I'm going to marry or the man I'm going to be with. Is he going to be at this party? I would think things like that. That is not ignoring the 3D reality. That's being curious about the 3D reality. The difference is internally, I was just so clear and so certain that this manifestation was going to come in and the other manifestations. When you're certain that your manifestation is going to come in, you don't have to ignore the 3D reality. The 3D reality just really doesn't bother you that much because you are so certain that you are going to receive your desire. So the last thing I want to talk about is, what do you do if the 3D reality really bothers you? Well, first of all, what that means, what that indicates to me is you probably have more focus on the 3D reality than you do on yourself, on your practices, and on your inner world. What you want to do is to create a really strong manifesting practice where you can do exercises over and over and over again that bring the focus off the 3D reality and back onto yourself and who you would be if you had your desire. This is why I create courses. It helps direct people to focus on who they would be and really starting to think and feel like that person. That is the point. That's what we're doing when we're manifesting. So if the 3D reality really bothers you, you need to find some techniques and some practices that really work for you, that help you think and feel and walk around and step into being the person who has your desire. As you practice that over and over and over again, the 3D reality is going to bother you less and less and less. Because like I said, it's kind of a direct correlation. The more certain you are that your desire is going to be yours, the less the 3D reality bothers you. Let me know if that is true for you in the comments below. That has always been true for me. Thank you so much for being here with me in this video. I love being here with you. I will see you soon. Bye.